Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. For a time, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles seemed like the biggest thing on television. It did so well that it inspired a movie in the 90s. However, no studio wanted to fund the film, so it had to be made independently. And it became the most successful independent film ever made at the time. And that is the first of 100 facts about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's dive in. Several times the turtles are referred to as amphibians, even though they are reptiles. The series is based on a comic book. The story was created as a parody of the superhero Daredevil. Daredevil was blinded by radioactive isotopes. This same isotope fell into a sewer and gave the turtle their powers. The weird thing is it's kind of obvious the more you think about it. The turtle's sensei is called Splinter. This is a reference to Daredevil's sensei, Stick. Raphael wears a red bandana and uses Psy as his primary weapon. In the Daredevil comics, the superhero's love interest is Elektra, who wears a red bandana and uses Psy. The Turtles often fight the ninja clan, the Foot. Daredevil often fights the ninja clan, the Hand. I already did a video about Daredevil and Elektra and Stick. I'll leave a link at the end of this video if you want to check that out. In the original comics, all the Turtles wore red bandanas. April O'Neil was African American in the comics. The comics were not for kids. In these stories, the heroes decapitate people, swear, and drink alcohol. When the show aired, there was only 11 comic book issues published. In the comics, the mutant ooze makes any animal it touches increase in size and intelligence. In the cartoon, the mutagen causes the animal to fuse their DNA with the last animal they touched. Since Splinter touched a rat, he became a rat-human hybrid. Since he picked up the turtles after they walked in the ooze, they became human-turtle hybrids. In the comics, April O'Neil was a lab assistant and a part-time antique dealer. Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady were created for the show. They did not appear in the original comic series. Originally, the mutagen was pink. Eventually, it became green, which is now considered its official color. Unlike the show, the comic book version of Baxter Stockman was black and he did not turn into a fly. Shortly after the comics release, there were 21 ripoffs, including immature radioactive samurai slugs, pre-teen dirty jean kung fu kangaroos, and adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters. I mean, that sounds stupid, but if you heard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the first time ever, coupled with them, you wouldn't be able to tell which one's the real one. Peter Laird co-created the comic. He has never liked the show. Some parents complained that the film was too dark and violent. This is because the film was based on the comic book, not the show. Casey Jones never takes off his mask throughout the series. When the show finished, it was the longest running cartoon in American television history. In the comics, video games, toys, and other merchandise, Michelangelo uses nunchaku. However, he rarely uses them in the show because they were considered too violent. None of the episodes where he uses his nunchaku aired in Europe. I live in the Europe, and I have never seen an episode where he has used his nunchaku. That really annoyed me. Shredder's armor was inspired by a cheese grater. And if you think that's stupid, he was nearly called Grater. Townsend Coleman voices Michelangelo. He also voices the title character in The Tick.
You're about to be shell-shocked. You may want to shield yourselves with your dessert menus. I might be dangerous.
Rob Paulson voices Raphael. He also voices Pinky in Pinky and the Brain.
You'd better, or else I'm gonna get sarcastic.
That brain! Brilliant! Oh, wait, no. Isn't that horribly illegal?
Also, let me know if I'm going to do a video about Pinky and the Brain. Karen Clark voices Leonardo. He also voices the lead character in the anime film Akira.
If I join you, will you help me rescue my master? Get a hold of yourself! You start by stealing my bike and run it into the ground!
A fourth turtle movie was considered. It would have revolved around a fifth turtle called Kirby. The show ran for 194 episodes. Cam Clark and Townsend Coleman appear in all but one episode. About $1.1 billion of turtle merchandise is sold annually. Billy Crystal nearly played one of the turtles in the movie.
While you're at it, why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon juice on it?
Each turtle costume in the film had 60 pounds of animatronics inside it. The turtles' fighting style is called ninjutsu. It's a Japanese technique that is over 1,000 years old. The turtles are the third most successful toy property in the world. They are just behind Star Wars and G.I. Joe. Really? They're most successful in Transformers? That's amazing. The Turtles team up with the wizard Merlin in one episode. In Europe, the word ninja was replaced by hero in the title because ninja sounded too violent. That generally really confused me when the movie came out, and I said, why does it say ninja instead of hero? In one episode, an imp turns a technodrome into a pumpkin. It was pivotal to the plot. In the show, Raphael and Michelangelo's personalities were almost exactly the same. The film turned Raphael into a broody character who gets into arguments with Leonardo. Raphael has been depicted this way ever since, even in the newer films. When the Turtles made contact with the mutagen, a gecko happened to pass by the sewer. It took on a humanoid form like the Turtles and went by the name Mondo. The Turtles didn't know this until years later. Splinter's real name is Hamoto Yoshi. Shredder's real name is Oroko Sakai. Donatello was originally going to be called Bernini. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but this show has not aged well. And you might think, no, you can't say that. That's my favorite show when I was a kid. This was in the 80s. You just forget the glaring mistakes that animators used to make in 80s cartoons. Like, sometimes the turtles' masks are the wrong color. In some scenes, they're all the same color. In many episodes, the turtles' voices get mixed up.
Torpedo approaching dead ahead! Did you have to use the D word?
In the episodes The Turtle Terminator and The Big Cuffling Caper, some shots were not completed in time, so the animators just put in still frames for certain scenes, hoping that viewers wouldn't notice. They did. In another episode, Michelangelo's neck was accidentally drawn orange. The Turtles once defeated Bebop and Rocksteady by covering them with popcorn and then crushing them with a carousel. Oh wait, I can't say this word. Carousel? And then crushing them with a carousel. That reminds me, random fact. When I moved into this house, my contract stipulated by my landlord says I am not allowed to have a carousel in my back garden. It actually said those words. Wasn't planning to. At the end of the episode, Four Musketeers, a living skeleton can be seen behind the turtles. It is considered by fans to be the oddest moment in the entire show. The Technodrome gets stuck in a different location in almost every season. It has been trapped in a cave, in Dimension X, near the Earth's core, on a floating island, in the ocean, and in the Arctic. In one episode, Bebop and Rocksteady visit a zoo and point out it is the same zoo they used to live in before they were mutated.
Hey, this is the same zoo where we came from before we was mutated.
This doesn't make any sense since they were humans in season 1. And if you think I just ruined Bebop and Rocksteady, who do you think I'm gonna ruin next? In one episode, Shredder has to wear civilian clothing, so he uses a hologram to look normal, which doesn't make any sense because he could just wear normal clothes. Does Shredder know he's a human? Also, when he disguises himself in civilian clothing, he keeps wearing his mask. That's gonna stand out, guys. Shredder opened a pizza parlor so he could poison the turtles. Just shoot them. Krang once forced the turtles to take a love potion. Shoot them. Pat Fraley voices Krang.
You thought you were going to have it all. Instead, you have Zip.
The actor who portrays Michelangelo, Tanzan Coleman, played Krang once when Fraley was unavailable. He said, I did it once, and I regret it. This is his version of Krang.
This potion isn't to frighten them, it's to make them fall in love!
Shredder takes control of Splinter's body in one episode. He uses his opportunity to force the turtles to do household chores. In one episode, Krang reveals that he has mind control powers. This power is never used or mentioned ever again. I can't remember, was this show good? It doesn't sound good, guys. During season 9, the mutagen in the turtles' bodies mutated them further and turns them into giant monsters. This was supposed to be the story for the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. After the failure of the last film, the idea was scrapped. In many episodes, the turtles' mouths don't move when they speak. This is most obvious in the episode Return of the Shredder.
Yeah, like what's the haps?
In one scene in the episode Pizza by the Shred, Michelangelo was scaled wrong, so he's only 4 foot tall. In one episode, Leonardo grows metallic armor and Donatello grows a cybernetic eye. It's never explained how. The highest rated episode on IMDb is the second episode, Enter the Shredder, which means after 2 episodes, it's all downhill. The show was nominated for 2 Emmys. It won 2 Annie Awards. Don't know what they are, but that's probably good, I suppose. James Avery voices Shredder. He plays Uncle Phil in the show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Uncle Phil is dramatically scarier.
If that's the way you want it. But I don't want to conquer this place. I want to conquer Earth.
Michelangelo's name was misspelled for 20 years. Before they fell in the sewer, the turtles were owned by a kid called Chet Manley. Okay, now let's look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot. This series came out in 2003 and ran until 2010. The stories, style, and dialogue are much closer to the original comic than the 1980s show. The actors were told to watch the 1990 movie for inspiration. They were also told to avoid the original show. The Turtles' vehicle is called the Battle Shell. If an animal makes contact with mutagen, they will become bigger, stronger, and more intelligent. This was how the mutagen worked in the comic and the movies, but not the original series. In one episode, a parody of the superhero Green Lantern appears called Green Mantle. The show inspired a 2009 animated film called Turtles Forever. In this movie, the heroes cross over with the original Ninja Turtles from the 1980s show. In Turtles Forever, the heroes meet the turtles from the comic book that the characters are originally based on. All the animation in this segment is exactly the same as is depicted in the comics, and the comic version of the turtles say the exact same lines that are said in the first issue.
I strike two on my way down. Donatello takes out a third with his staff.
None of the actors who portrayed the Turtles in the original series returned for the Turtles Forever film. All swear words have been replaced with the word shell. In the original show, Shredder is a man. In this series, Shredder is an Ultron alien and his real name is Terrell. He resembles Krang from the original series. Shredder's race are responsible for creating and losing the mutagen that mutates the Turtles and Splinter. Karai makes her animated debut in this show. She was the final boss of the beaten-up games Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters on the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. Karai eventually succeeds Shredder and becomes Lady Shredder. The Turtles' eyes are pure white, just like in the comics. In the original show, the Turtles' eyes had visible pupils. The foot soldiers are human in this show. In the original series, they were robots. Baxter is an African American, just like the original comic. Raphael's motorbike is based on Kaneda's bike from the film Akira. Michelangelo's cat is called Clunk. The show ran for 155 episodes. Now let's look at the computer-generated series. In this series, Michelangelo sometimes says, "Go Ninja, go Ninja, go." This is an obvious reference to the Vanilla Ice song in the film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go! Go Ninja, go Ninja, go!
You remember when Vanilla Ice was... Anyway, Donatello is known for using a bow staff. In this show, he upgrades his staff so it has a large blade on one side. This weapon is called a naginata. Michelangelo is known for using nunchaku as his primary weapon. In this show, he uses a bladed nunchaku called a kusarigama. Kevin Michael Richardson voices Shredder. Richardson is one of the greatest voice actors in animation and has over 400 credits.
Tonight, I dine on turtle soup.
The device that the Turtles use to locate the mutagen is a modified Game Boy. Leonardo was originally voiced by Jason Biggs. Biggs is well known for playing the lead character Jim in the American Pie series. Seth Green replaces Jason Biggs as Leonardo in Season 3.
Gentlemen, I have a bold and daring plan. There's no time for hesitation.
How that tastes like it's supposed to come out of me, not go into me.
Hun is based on Bruce Lee. Rob Paulson voices Donatello. He voices Raphael in the original cartoon.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least it's not raining. I can't think. I'm seriously stressing here.
The film TMNT came out in 2007. Leonardo, Raphael, and Donatello have brown eyes. Michelangelo was given blue eyes to make him appear younger and more innocent. Some of the monsters are based on mythological beasts, including the Yeti, the Cyclops, a gargoyle, and the Jersey Devil. Mako voices Splinter. Although he's not well known in the Western world, he has a cult following and is considered to be one of the most respected actors in Japanese cinema. He died a year before the film was released. It was publicly announced that Mako would star in the film the day before he died. Renowned director Kevin Smith voices the diner cook. Chris Evans, best known for playing Captain America, voices Casey Jones.
Warn me next time. I got allergies.
And finally, Razar, who's known for appearing in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze, also appeared in the 2012 series. Razar's original appearance is based on Chuck Norris. Yep, that's Chuck Norris. To learn more facts, check out my books on Amazon. They're available on paperback and Kindle. Thanks for watching. See you again.